here to carry the insurance for my family.
And we do need to talk about insurance.
Yes, I think the whole county needs to talk about insurance, we can come off of it a lot cheaper. I agree, I think everybody in the county
Next Monday, 6 o'clock, right here.
should be an issue on that. But when we come, we didn't come to intimidate, we come to defend our position.
You should come to work it out.
Well,
Let's
that's what
just
we're coming to work it out.
Come to the table and let's try to work it out.
And
But
we
it's
want
not
to,
feeling like that.
we want to. But the things that we get on social media,
All right.
So, Russell,
but when you're telling me somebody you're immature, that kind of goes too far.
where do we go next? Other, we need to try to get from urban to rural, number one.
Heating increases will. Do I know of a magic bullet?
There is no magic
No,
bullet,
ma'am,
because we
I
did
do.
not get here overnight. I have born and raised here, I've watched this county go like everyone else did, and that is why I'm here. So what do we do to fix it, or to make it work, till we can get this result? There's got to be an answer somewhere that makes this work.
There is.
I think starting is just like
Personally, I don't
Janine
know.
said, not to interrupt, we can contact these counties, just like I went to the Rutherford County Billing Office today to learn, to find that information. Rutherford County, I don't remember the number, I remember taking the numbers to you, Brandon. Corey, I believe you might have been in the office that day. But remember when I told the operating cost of Rutherford County ambulance service?
I was.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yes, sir.
We were right at 50% of our collections. Rutherford County was like 39%.
Correct.
Something like that. So obviously a lot less than us. And of course, they have a lot more of a call volume too. But my point to that is I think that's what I was talking about. I'm not upset that anybody called my name or nothing like that, but I can say this, I think social media has done a lot of damage. I think that's a fair statement. A lot of people giving opinions and everybody's got one. But I will have to say this, name calling or referencing, I by no means had any intentions of attacking. My intentions was, yes, I run the ambulance service. And when I say I run it with the other 12. I'll carry the director title gladly. But without the other 12 and the part-time people, we don't have the ambulance service. I can't do it without them. I have 12 magnificent employees. Brent Bush has stated this several times. We have inherited this. This isn't something that started since I was director, since you guys have been elected. So I'm just like what Melissa was saying. Let's go forward. Let's go forward, start exploring this stuff, keeping in mind I can try to find out as much information as I can and model ourselves after these other services. But, it's also going to take some help by chance. If it's coming from you, maybe if it's somebody that has a contact with Senator Alexander's office or something like that, trying to get change from the urban to rural. If it's something that the taxpayers, myself included, can start calling in, emailing into their office. Also on top of that, me scheduling a meeting Friday with the bad debt collection company, trying to get those numbers up. To me, that's where it starts. I'd like to say it's going to get fixed overnight, but I don't think it is. But we do have a little bit of time, obviously. And I think if anything, coming together in unity is the only way we're going to go forward. We're passionate about it. You guys are passionate about it. You guys have inherited, I commend you for that. You guys have inherited a tough job. But just like what Greta was saying, we've got to work together. This is never going to work.
And we need to move forward. We can hash it out all, like, we're here. What can we do to fix it? Or what can we do to make it work until we can do it? That's where we're all at. I don't think anyone wants to see the ambulance service privatized, really and truly. I think we need to figure out how we keep our own loyal people taking care of our community. How do we do that? It's got to be an answer.
Well, we're gonna get what we pay for. If you want a pair of dollar store shoes, go to the dollar store. If you want a pair of Nikes, get you a pair of Nikes. But they gonna be exactly what they're worth.
We can't afford Nikes.
I get it, but you gonna get what you pay for.
Hey, you said you had overtime, you guys have paid every month, every week? How
We
does
get
that-
paid weekly, yes, we do overtime.
Do we do that here?
Oh, yeah, I'm overtime.
Yeah, we're paying, we're
about it.
We were bi-weekly, we went to weekly simply because, for similar reasons, the city's bank account was going up, and then all of a sudden, it was dipping down, and it was fluctuating. So if they went across the board, did weekly, it kept it steady.
That's where a
That
lot of
was the
people
only
probably don't understand the two short longs.
Yes, if you don't,
If you don't
work,
understand
then
that,
you
you won't
yeah.
understand,
You
yeah.
know, because the way it works is, this week and next week, you have 40 hours of regular time, 8 hours of overtime. This is us, I don't know how you guys
Is
work.
that because you don't have enough people? Or-
No, sir, we work 24, 48. You work a 24-hour shift, you're off for 48 hours. That's just the shift. I mean, that's your normal shift. It's regular,
I guess
schedule overtime.
I've done shift work in my lives. It seems, I don't know, I'm just trying, I don't know, maybe, it seems like it's about 33% extra just in overtime. That would be, what's that in budget? Is that $200,000 right there?
If we was to try to do away with overtime, we would have to hire more personnel.
And I know that there's some sort of where they cross, but somewhere that's gonna be less than.
The way EMS works, and obviously it's just a unique system, we're the only entity, to my knowledge, in Camden County besides the ER physicians that work 24-hour shifts. To my knowledge. Obviously, we can't close.
Is there a way to go to 12-hour shifts?
Can you figure out a difference? We
I
did
don't know,
that.
I don't know.
We did that.
I
We
don't know,
had
I'm
that
asking
for a while.
questions. I think
12-hour
we
shifts, but you're gonna have to hire more personnel to make up on the backside.
The reason that we went away from the 12-hour, initially, we had one 24-hour truck, one 12-hour truck. That 12-hour truck was on call from 7 at night to 7 in the morning. You worked 7 days on, 7 days off. And anytime that 24-hour truck went outside the city limits, you had to get up and you come back in. It was much easier from a budget standpoint, because with that 24/48, it was easier to get a ballpark idea of what your payroll was going to run budget-wise versus that 12 hours on call for 7 days straight. When I worked that shift, we may have went a stretch for 3 days straight that I never went home and was never off the clock. And then the next 7-day shift I had, I may not ever get called in at all. So it was easier for our county and city from a budget standpoint to go to that 2 24s. Plus you're providing more coverage and a better service to your people. But it was easier to budget that because that was known what you were gonna have in
I
overtime.
think it's worth looking at, right? Right, why not look at that too? If we're looking at everything.
How did y'all purchase y'all's fuel? On a fuel card
Yes.
from
Shell,
Shell?
yes.
Okay. Now, do they take the road tax off at the time y'all purchase it, or is it a reimbursement type thing?
I am not for certain on that, I can't answer that for certain. There's a lot of that stuff at City Hall that's taken care of that I'm not aware
I
how it
thought you might
works.
know.
No, I do not.
If there's something else we could look at, the co-op does not take off the fuel tax at the time of purchase.
We are a different option of fuel for the entire county. I got
So they have-
yeah.
Something that we actually just got brought up in our ambulance committee meeting last night is that what they're looking at with us is getting fuel tanks and putting down there for us to get our own fuel, and that way you're not even getting it from the store.
Yeah, we're looking at that.
There's a lot
There's a
of-
couple different options.
That sounds like an environmental.
Ray, did you have something?
No, I just think if somebody on this commission right here has got a personal vendetta against ambulance service, they don't even need to be on it, because it's not going to help.
You mean committee? This is not a committee.
It is, it
Needs to be open-minded.
needs to be open-minded.
That's a good point, Russell, with the fuel tax there. Anything else you can come up with, you have an idea?
Well, what Russell brought up is that we're under such a microscope in comptroller. I mean, how do you think I figured out that they had TVs over there? I even cut the TV out of my office I was paying for, not using it when I paid it. So I'm going through every electric bill, every water bill, every DTC bill, and I don't know what else to do, besides look at everything they can do across the county, not just ambulance service, you know, every department. And make decisions every day on whether to replace a $5,000 AC unit, or I can fix it for $50. You know, that's just where we're at.
Just FYI for everybody, we are looking into doing different things with the TVs. I've already cut one phone line from over there. I dropped a block. We are under contract with DTC for video surveillance and something else until July 19. Verizon literally just stopped by yesterday. They're supposed to be working on a package, something to do with the phones.
Correct.
So she stopped by yesterday.
We have some contracts in the county that we never got the state reimbursement rate with Verizon. I think we've got part of that fixed so far, but I'm having them look through every part of that in order to get Verizon.
Well, she stopped by yesterday and supposed to be working on something. And that's what I'm saying, the little things, I don't have when you went on our uniforms. We didn't put names on our uniforms. You know, it's the little, you know, these aren't big stuff, but they start adding up when you start cutting these little things. So I just want to let the people know. The Ambulance Service, Charles, does a wonderful job of ordering supplies. I know he's market shop. Jason Barrett has put many hours in, if you will, changing the oil in the trucks, changing the rear end oil in the trucks. As of right now, and I'm not saying this is arrogance, but as of right now, today I have put in my 85th hour, and I still have 2 more days to go, technically 3, if I get called in on third crew. So, and this is a normal schedule for me. 90, 100 hours every 2 weeks is normal for me. I get that.
Is that salary, who's salary? Those
No, apparently not.
No, but you got to keep up with it.
No salary job there.
Yeah, I got to keep up with it, and that's fine. But it is one of those that, you know, I just want the public to know that the ambulance service itself is just, you know, we're trying to do the hardest we can to work with it. Because I'm a taxpayer too. At the end of the day, I'm just as much a taxpayer as anybody. And that's something that we all have to do.
Mr. Evans? But just as a point of clarification on what I was talking about earlier, that applies to all the departments except for the school board
And I get
and the
that.
highway department.
But we looked, with what you said, that I understood all that. I guess I'm referring back to my accounting and my business administration degree I got, that looking at it all, we don't need to single out one department
No.
to make sure we are looking at the county-wide, because everything has been put in us very tight. So I totally understand that, Mr. Reed. I just wanted to make sure I clarified I understood it.
Anyone else?
Well, one thing is, maybe we ruffle some feathers, but shit, we're here talking, right? We're doing something, right?
I want to say something about the sheriff's department, and everybody gets on the sheriff's department. We have a societal problem that's almost as bad as people paying. And I would love, and I bet Darrell would love to have 5 people in jail, but it just don't work out that way. So as long as we have a societal problem, we got to pay for that one too. It's tough, it's the way it is.
I just said we haven't built a school in 16 years, I think, technically. We need to build a jail. So we're not growing kids.
Oh, yeah, she's taking note of it. And it's not funny to say. Hey, let's go ahead and look, I'm sorry, and look at our next month meeting. Thank you for coming.
If I could just say one other thing to you guys, these folks over here, I can assure you, there is nobody in your county that is more dedicated to your county and more concerned. Because not only what you guys are seeing that they spend, I can assure you, there is quite a bit of money coming out of their own pockets every day for stuff, for them to do their job just a little bit better. You know, I walk into my service, my crews have got this, that, well, where did this come from? Oh, well, I picked it up at Walmart, or I picked it up at the dollar store, you know, we thought it would help us do this.
It's not just
So,
a job.
you know, it's not a job to them. They take it personally, but thank you guys.
I appreciate it, thank you.
For January meeting, and I have the dates.
Greta, can I have one of those letters that she sent you?
Emily,
Can I have
Dr.
a
Thomas?
copy?
Is there a traditional day that just needs something like? Well,
No,
I'm just trying to get into a pattern, trying to make a recommendation of Monday or Thursday, or I'm just gotta see what y'all schedule is like. Third Monday, first Monday.
Huh?
Third Monday. The only bad thing is
I'm not,
that's,
I'm not publicizing this as far as putting it anywhere. I'm just going to take bits and pieces out of it.
see any other problems in January? I mean, you wanna go with the fourth Monday is the 28th. Is that late? Is that too long?
Well, where does it fall
The
with?
14th
That's
is
fine
the
with me, how's that with y'all?
The fourth Monday is better.
The fourth Monday? Is that good for you, Chuck?
Fourth Monday in the month?
Just trying to make it
So we're trying to make that consistent?
yeah, that's kind of what I was trying.
Is that what we're trying to do?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
So fourth Monday is every month.
Fourth Monday.
So,
Is everyone in agreement?